Today, the 50 Trails in 50 Weeks saga continues as we join the Lone Peak 4x4 Club on a mysterious-looking ride through Black Dragon Canyon. Then, Rays Stein is showing off a great way for you to get out, enjoy the fresh air, and get some exercise, all while staying close to home. Finally, we're headed down to Mesquite as we hit the links with the Eagles Landing crew at the 2021 Veterans Charity Golf Tournament. It's all rolling your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. Okay, fair weather Jeepers, you can tune out today, but for those who just love the sport regardless, you're going to want to stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth. We're working on another of the 50 Trails in 50 Weeks, and this week we are on the Jack Donkey. See, I can't even say the name of where we are. Trail. This is in the San Rafael Swell. We're with our friends from the Lone Peak Four-Wheel Drive Club. We are going to give you an adventure today. This is a great ride. Check out all this action.
When you join a group, everybody knows different places to go. And I started doing this about 2 years ago now. I bought this Jeep because it's always been a big thing I always wanted to do. I want to go out with guys that know where to go. This is the first time. I mean, it looks like a lava slide, but yet he was just telling me it's sandstone.
It's the way to do it. I mean, it's been nothing but fun for the last 3 years that we've been running with the club.
I love crawling up on the rocks and looking down over the canyon. It's just amazing to get outdoors and get off the beaten path. You get so used to seeing things from the highway, you think that's all there is, but there's so much more out there.
A lot of fun people to be with, you know, and increase your skills. That's what's cool is there's so much, you know, experience, and everybody will, you know, they'll tell you the right lines and tell you if you're going to mess up, but you just get better and better and better every time you go out. And so all those things that were like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna flip over. It's like, yeah, you just start looking at everything. I think I could go up that, you know.
It's just pretty crazy. I mean, we were just up walking on these rocks last night, and like, they're pretty steep on foot, you know, and it's kind of like, oh, look at that, a Jeep's just, you know, casually rolling up there.
Looks like a lot of fun. So I came to the club in this truck about 7 years ago on this same obstacle, so we thought we'd come do it again. This truck's been all over Nevada and Arizona, and just always like to try trails.
Well, this is my first time with the group. I've been to a lot of the other parts of the swell, hiking and mountain biking and a little bit of jeeping, but I just decided it's with this COVID, it's time to get out and see some things instead of watching it on YouTube.
This is so great to be able to get outside and come out and play with friends and get out of the house. It's so good, it's so refreshing, and it's just very uplifting. I love it.
You can see why people are attracted to this ride because the scenery is epic. Ed Hemlick told me that this is an old wagon route that used to actually be the road that connected two parts of the state. Can you imagine this being the highway before I-70? Well, stay with us. We've got more to show you on this trip from the Jack Donkey Bench and the Black Dragon Wash. But right now, it's time for us to go to this week's Where To.
I'm Rays Stein with Mary Ann at your leisure, and even though the pandemic shut much of the world down last spring, trails remained open, and they're a great source of fresh air, sunshine, and good exercise. And one of our favorites is the Jordan River Parkway.
When COVID closed our fitness center, Mary Ann and I made it a goal to walk the entire 40-mile length of the Salt Lake County portion of the trail both ways. Biting off 3 to 6 mile stretches, we completed the journey last spring and have returned to every section more than once since.
I love this parkway. It has saved our lives during this last year.
Joggers and bikers, commuters to work or school, but especially walkers with or without dogs, usually on leash, love the Jordan River Trail.
Good place for your dog?
Yeah, she loves it. Yep. She's always sniffing at something along the trail.
Exactly. What's her name?
Her name's Susie.
There are several stretches designed specifically for horses, including the Bluffdale stretch through the Jordan Narrows. While the trail is mostly flat, there's a 400-foot elevation change through the Narrows. It's one of the more scenic sections of the parkway, what with Mount Timpanogos lounging lazily in the afternoon sun, while the river and front runner and freight train lines weave through the canyon below.
I liked this trail a lot. It wasn't very strenuous. It was wide. There were other people and dogs on it. And I enjoyed Camp Williams on one side and walking towards Thanksgiving Point. It was just a good trail.
The trail crosses the Jordan at the north end of Thanksgiving Point and continues south to Utah Lake.
I think we did 4 miles, didn't we? And it wasn't strenuous at all. It was nice.
Perennial rabbit brush thrives in the Narrows, and even after the flower clusters have lost their brilliant yellow tones of fall, they continue to brighten the pathway.
I love the desert aspect of it. I love the solitude of it, especially in the winter. You can come and you might only see a couple people when you're walking on it. It's quiet, you go by the river, you see wildlife. I love it.
The paved parkway runs unbroken through 13 cities, from Bluffdale to Salt Lake, through developed parks right on the trail, including the Midas Fishing Ponds in South Jordan, and the county's best flower array at the International Peace Gardens in Salt Lake's Jordan Park. In the spring, the river is crowded with nurseries of baby ducks and geese. Even our national bird enjoys the trail. Frequent signs give directions and mileages. Boardwalks protect delicate wetlands. It's 10 to 12 feet wide, perfect for passing with adequate pandemic distancing.
There weren't that many people, but there was plenty of room. And I didn't feel like I needed to mask up. We were very far apart.
Dozens of connecting paths link the parkway to neighborhoods. The Parley's Trail runs east from the Jordan River through Sugar House Park all the way to the Bonneville Shoreline Trail on the East Bench. Salt Lake's trail system is a great way to get exercise, be outdoors, and safe during these unusual times.
I like the urban part and the rural part. I love the little libraries along the way. I love the parks along the way. There's just so much to see all along the trail.
Rays Stein with Mary Ann with this week's Where To adventure on the Jordan River Parkway.
Reason number 19, to spend the night in Duchesne County. Grab all the healthy snacks and smoothies your family can imagine at Nourish Cafe in Duchesne City, the nutritious way to fuel a day of family fun at Starvation Reservoir. Refuel at the end of the day with delicious and authentic Mexican from Tacos Avalar. Discover all the reasons to spend the night in Duchesne County at uintabasin.org.
Hey honey, have you seen this tire? Do you think we'll make it?
Not on that thing.
Don't let bad tires ruin your trip. With service stations at every location along I-15, we can get you back on the road with fast, friendly, professional service. Eagles Landing has everything you need along the way. Even the things you didn't know you'd need. Get ready for the road at Eagles Landing.
My daughter and I had just finished a run at this place called Eagle Point. It's this really cool but kind of challenging ski resort that has a real family feel to it. She was so excited because she beat me down the run. Deja vu. I saw myself as a kid out skiing my mom. It was a big moment for me. And all of a sudden it hit me. I was making the same memories for her.
Make Marysvale your hub for adventure. Nestled in the Tusher Mountains with direct access to the Paiute Trail. Explore history from Miners Park to Butch Cassidy's cabin, while blazing trails from mountain peaks to the shores of Otter Creek.
Hey, welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm Scott Huntsman in my Tunex shop here in South Jordan. This is what's new this week. What's new is this 1956 Chevrolet pickup. We're doing a laundry list of modifications and repairs to this to make it its all-time best. So one of the modifications I'm going to do is replace the Holley 4-barrel carburetor that's on this engine with this Edelbrock 625 CFM. This is a single piece body carburetor that works so much better than the Holley on the street application. The Holley carb is good for racing. Trust me, I like Holley carburetors as well, but this is the best for a street rod on the street. First thing I'm going to do is go inside of it. I'm going to calibrate it for our altitude. Let's get started with that. All right, guys, so I've got this brand new carburetor on the bench here, and I've disassembled it to get access to the key components inside of this. Now again, this carburetor out of the box comes calibrated to operate at sea level conditions. Sea level conditions give us the best atmospheric pressure that we have. Remember, since we're up at this altitude, we have a lot less air available. Therefore, we have to prepare the carburetor for less fuel to mix with it. And there's ways that I do that. These tiny jets are the orifice that controls the amount of fuel that will be allowed into the engine. So reducing the size of the main jet leans the mixture just slightly, and I have a great recipe for these. The other thing that's wonderful is the fact that it uses this secondary air valve, and I've notched a little bit of weight off of the counterweights. I'm going to make these changes inside as well as a little float level change, and this is going to be a nice recipe for how this carburetor is going to work for us. One last thing, as I go together with this carburetor, I have everything assembled. The final fuel setting is in this metering rod. That is available to change right from the top of the carburetor. As well, this metering rod spring reacts to engine vacuum. This is important for tuning. But what's really cool about this with the Edelbrock design and the AFB design is that they're accessible right under this little door, which can then be just tightened down. So while the carburetor is on the engine, I don't have to disassemble anything to make fine-tuned adjustments with their fuel mixture on the primary side of the carburetor. It's really cool, and it's a great feature that they included with this. Okay, so I've got everything unbolted, and I'm going to take this carburetor off. Now, this is a fairly simple conversion because the mounting flange is known as a 4100 square flange. Both the Holley and the Edelbrock both utilize that same flange. Anytime I take the carburetor off, first step, throw a rag over the open hole. Okay guys, last step was installing on the engine, and this part is important. Brand new gasket, a clean flange to mount it on, 14 foot-pounds for the torque of the carburetor, it is aluminum, adjustments to the throttle cable to make sure we have full throttle, slack at idle. We have the vacuum advance connected to the ported vacuum port, that's important. With that in mind, I'm ready to start it and run them. There's only one more thing that happens from here. That's a road test, very important. Now, here's the problem we have today. It's a snow day. I'm gonna have to wait till the roads dry up before I drive this beauty. I'm not gonna take it out on the salt, never would even consider it. Just the same, it'll be ready, my road test will be perfect. Now, this little Edelbrock carburetor. We sell these, we install them, we calibrate them here at Tunex. We do a lot of that on classic, performance, and pro street type cars. We're happy to do it. If you have questions, hey, give us a call. We can help you out with that. I'm Scott Huntsman. More at your leisure in a moment.
Isn't it time to slow down? To enjoy the view? To get some space? And to social distance? There's no better place to be than on the trails. Visit TuillaCountyTrails.com for your next adventure.
Coming down into the little valley and stuff, you can look over the whole thing. For me, I can just feel the stress just kind of melt away. There's so many trails to go up on and explore. The desert, and then you've got the lake, you got the mountains. It's just a little bit of everything. It's a little piece of paradise out here. Pretty much anybody that I've brought up here, they will ask, can we come back?
At Stedman's Recreation, trucks are arriving daily with back-ordered side-by-sides, ATVs, and dirt bikes. Let Stedman's Recreation help get you outside so you can explore and create memories to last a lifetime. Call or stop by Stedman's to hold your side-by-side, ATV, or dirt bike with a small deposit. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, and Beta. Plus, Stedman's has a full service department and Honda power equipment.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are heading to Jack Blank Canyon, because I'm not supposed to say bad things on TV. This is our base camp. Well, actually, this week we have two base camps because we are starting here in Green River, but we will end up in Price. So what we thought we would do is just show you our picks from both places. Now, quite often, if we're around here for breakfast, we like to go to the Tamarisk because you sit by the windows and you're looking right out over the Green River, and it's really a nice look. And if it's around dinner time, we will try to make sure that we stop at Rays Tavern. Now, this sounds like maybe you wouldn't want to bring your family in here, but it is a very family-oriented place, and if kids are accompanied by adults, there are places in the dining room for them to sit, and they have got the best food. Their burgers are to die for. Now, if your base camp involves camping, like you've decided to stay at the Green River State Park, this is where you need to go. It's right across the street from Rays Tavern, and this is their local market. Now, they've got a really good base of staples here. I mean, the exotic goat boar cheese or whatever, you're not going to find it here, but you will find they got a deli and a bakery, so they're pretty close, along with the staples that you would need. In fact, their bakery's got some really good stuff in it. Ooh, these look good. Remember, save some of your dollars when you're traveling to shop locally and support the gateway communities to the places you like to play. Oh yeah, going for the sprinkles. Ah. Oh, thank you, I love it. Now, of course, if you're going to make your base camp the northern end of the swell and stay in Price, follow the lead that Rhea and I use. We usually stay at the Ramada Inn. It's close to the freeway. They got a great place. You get a good breakfast on the way out of there, pick up your daily supplies at a drive-through across the way at the Crosscut, and you can fill up with gas there. At the end of the day, the place we like to stop is Grog's. It is kind of like the Rays Tavern of the northern end of the swell. Well, right now it's time for us to move on to our along the way for this week. I'm going to eat.
The game of golf has a special way of bringing people together who come from all walks of life.
No matter where you're from, the green will always be there, and it creates the perfect scene for meeting old friends and getting to know some new ones. All of this combined with playing for a meaningful cause creates the perfect recipe for an amazing day outside. The best way to experience this every year is at the Eagles Landing Veterans Charity Golf Tournament in Mesquite, Nevada.
This is the second time I've played in this tournament. I would love to play in this tournament every year. I mean, golf, you're always paying just your greens fee and you're just paying for the golf course, but it just feels better if your money's going towards a good cause, especially something I think is important.
What more beautiful setting is there than to be on a golf course? I mean, a beautiful green, even in the winter right now, we don't have foliage on the trees, but it's a beautiful setting. We're in the sun, you know, and that's what we need more of right now, especially at this time.
This is one round of golf that, no matter how good you are at the game, you can feel good knowing that the funds raised are going to a wonderful charity.
Our main founder for this is the Utah National Guard Charitable Trust, and that goes right to the servicemen's family, and we're super proud of that. We're excited about what we do for the veterans here in Mesquite, as well as the veterans in Santa Clara. So we donate to those three causes, or our main places that we donate to for this event.
This is what showcases what Americans are all about, that we're very charitable people, that we come together for good causes, and we're willing to contribute. We're putting in the time, the money, and whatever it takes to benefit a good cause. And what other cause could be any better than the cause that we're involved with today?
And with the way the tournament is run, you can get a team of your favorite people and have a blast seeing who can get the best shot playing in the format of Scramble.
Basically, you take a 4-person team and everybody tees off, and then you finish the hole and you just hit from the best shot until you get the ball in the hole. So in theory, it evens the playing field so that everybody can play and enjoy themselves.
Scramble is the best way to get out with golfers, where you have a mix of experience and ability, because you don't have to get a good stroke every time. Generally, I love playing Scramble for that very reason.
With a different method of competition and understanding that proceeds are helping those in need, this tournament is for anyone, no matter your background or how much time you spent holding a golf club.
I feel like I'm able to slow down and smell the roses, you know. A time like this is absolutely few and far between in life, I believe, and it's amazing to be able to enjoy it with great people, and it's just been really a pleasure. As far as being relaxed and just doing something like this, definitely something I haven't done very much of, and I'd enjoy it.
Everyone knows Eagles Landing is always assisting and supporting our veteran communities. But thanks to the Veterans Golf Tournament at the Palms Golf Club, everyone can give back to those who have given us so much. Keep an eye out for next year's tournament, and we'll count on having your help giving back somewhere along the way. For At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open, so why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best, like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection, and group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris, think outside.
Sick of staying home? Getting outside and exploring great open spaces is now more important than ever. Spend your summer exploring Tooele Valley, where there is so much so close. Plan your escape now at TooeleValley.org.
The Old West is still alive in Juab County. Stories of the past are hidden in the desert mountains. From relics of mining history to places of outlaw mystery, tall tales to be discovered and buried treasure to be uncovered. Juab, the key county of Utah.
It looks like the heavens have come down to earth. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are on the Jack Donkey bench. I just got to do this for people that don't like the three-letter words. Anyway, there's a choice. There's always a choice. You can either be out there on the freeway in your car, or you can be out here on the dirt roads with us. Now, in a few minutes, half the group's going to go back to Moab. They're going to do some more riding tomorrow. The other half's going to go up Buckhorn Wash, and we're going to come out in Price. Now, remember, your choices are always there. Your choice right now is to take a look at another place you might go riding. It's our Trail of the Week.
This week's Trail of the Week is the Amasa Basin OHV Trail, which is located in Millard County, approximately 51 miles west of Delta, one of my favorite places to ride. To get more information on this or any of the trails that have been completed on the Trail 360 project, visit outsiders.zone. Now, let's take a look at our contest winner. This week's winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Alan and Marilyn Clark. Congratulations, Alan and Marilyn. It looks like you're the lucky winner of a $400 gift certificate from Ryfab. Ryfab offers the best custom metal fabrication for your rig. Visit ryfab.com for more details. Now, let's take a look at next week's show. Next week, Kevin and Gina are back, and this time they are taking off to discover another one of our 50 trails as they join the Tri-State OHV Club to discover the big things in Little Creek. Then, in the heaviest throes of winter, there's always a sanctuary, and our travel destination is not that far away as the AYL crew shows you how to ride to Tokerville Falls. Finally, we're joining the folks from Tracked Out Adventures as they show off an all-women snowmobile ride that lets the ladies of all ages and skill levels learn how to shred in the powder.
Well, we've had a great time today, and I want to thank the Lone Peak Four-Wheel Drive Club, because Lone Peak always has the coolest rides, and they're always kind to invite us. So if you want to take this trip, tell you how to get there. From Green River, you head west on I-70 to mile marker 147, and right at the mile marker, there's no exit, but you can see just kind of a little paved edge off the freeway. That's where you go. Just remember, if the gate's open, leave it, well, actually, make sure the gate's shut. But then you get on the other side, you're on your way. Okay, if you're coming from Price, you'll want to come down Highway 10, get off and make your way out to the Buckhorn Wash or Buckhorn Draw, drive down there, and then you hook onto this road. So, as we always say, there's adventure around every bend. You just got to get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure. All right, are there any breakdowns?